What did the Fairgreen look like, Toby, in the past, but prior to start decorating it and all that?
The Fairgreen was very much we say slope to fair. It wasn't as angled as it is now. You just went out from the front of the pub and then it sloped at a gentle angle down to the Mal River. It was kind of say like covering a grass with gravel on it, and there was a concrete path through the middle of it, and that's where all the fairs took place, evidently. And on week Sundays, that's where people used to say lie on their coats and sit when they were waiting for the train to get back to Cork or Kerry or Dublin, and the buses all lined up on the Mall. There used to be maybe 40 buses on the Mall, and this was going back in the 40s and the 50s. I don't remember that, but I've seen photographs. But in the 70s and 80s is the last fairs took place there.
And what was the Mall like that time?
The Mall, we say, it wasn't kept as well clean as it is now. There was always plenty of canoes on it when we were growing up. Van Morton had canoes on it, and James Brown from the Crescent and Justin Clark had a canoe on it. And his young lads would be mad to get onto the canoes. Amy Malone had a canoe on it as well, and in the summer they were all paddling up and down and mad to get onto the Mall.
And was there a grass margin on it on one side of it at some stage, no?
Of the Mall?
Of the Mall, yeah.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, somebody said it was sheep fairs, and you had the whole sheep fair there, yeah?
Oh yes, there was always sheep fairs there, and then there was bonnet fairs as well.
Bonnet.
Yeah, bonnet, yeah. And they used to be up there in the corner under Mary King. She used to have a pub on the right hand side over there, where there's a hairdressing salon now.
And that's where Pat Cunningham was, it?
Correct, that's where Pat Cunningham was, yeah. He started off there, and then he bought Nanny Welch's pub, which was Stephen Welch's mother's pub down here, and he called it the Fountain Bar. But that's no, then Joe Berry took it over and made it out a printing company out of it.
So how many bars were around this place then? There was a few of them.
There was 3 at the time. There was, we say, Toby's, which is still here. There was the Corner Bar, which was Mary Riley's, and there was Welch's Bar on the left hand side. Yeah. So there's 3 pubs in the Fairgreen.
So you've seen big changes?
A lot of big changes, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How do you compare the town now to, say, 30, 40 years ago?
The town is more vibrant, thanks to God. I think there's more work. At the end of the day, I think the traffic is slightly congested, but I think the local councils are working on that. But unfortunately, I think Westport is becoming, we say, a town of eating and stuff like that, as in not a shop for shopping for clothes, etc.
Yeah. I see they're doing a job on the Fairgreen over there.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
What do you think of it?
Well, I can't comment until it's finished. It'll be nice, but years ago there was a pathway coming down that way, and we used to call it Nanny Welch's path. When we were young lads growing up, Nanny Welch being Stephen Welch's mother, and she used to walk down that way to Mass. When we were young lads, we used to put water on it when it was going to freeze, so we could slide or skate on it. And then Mrs. Berry, Joe Berry's mother, we used to come out and throw salt on it.
There was a real battle, was there?
Between the kids on Fairgreen and Mrs. Welch and Mrs. Berry.
And what did the great Fairgreen look like, say, 20, 30 years ago?
Fairgreen was a great place to live, like, because you always had the fair days, as I said, like, and you always had lots of things going on. And we say over the last 20 years, then we had the street festivals. So the street festivals were a big, we say, boom to this pub, but also it was a great atmosphere on the street.
And what did it physically did it look like? Was it flat or was it was different than it is now, was it?
Yeah, the Fairgreen was gently more sloping down, and that's what had the fairs, and evidently, and we say the Johnston Fountain on the front, which was over to my right, and now they've moved it down in front of the Garda Barracks. But yeah, it wasn't we say as angled or sloped as it is now.
Do you remember the fairs?
Oh, of course I do.
Were they big?
Very big. The November Fair was the biggest fair, where everybody was selling their sheep and their cattle before the winter. So that was the biggest fair, and traditionally guys and children that went to school up here in the convent always got the day off, because there was a rumour going back that maybe about 80 or 90 years ago a young fella got hit by a bull or killed by a bull, and that's why there was no school traditionally for the November Fair, which was the biggest fair of the year.